Episode 23. Happy to be back in the studio.
OxFit podcast. We've got another Ox 100 edition.
This is
this
great.
Our second one of the year. We're like 16 days, I think. I saw from my habit chart this morning. 16 days into phase one. Yeah. Tell me what you've been seeing, what's going well, what are you excited about?
Well, 16 days in, I was telling you yesterday, my ladies are just crushing it.
Yeah.
I mean, the dedication that I'm seeing already, people get excited for these types of challenges in the first week, but usually by the second week, there's some, fall off a little bit, people are a little unsure, but my ladies are just hitting it hard every day.
Yeah, I mean, when it's new and fresh, like anybody can get through the first week, right? And then the second week, and then now we're on week 3 is when you kind of feel a little bit of fatigue, right? Because you're not on that high of a new diet. So now it's about establishing them habits rather than it just be about the excitement of the new year. Because, I mean, I think we were talking about it last time, but most people have quit by now.
Yep.
Like, what was it? Day 10 was quitting day or something like that?
It was a huge thing. I saw a bunch about it on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
People were celebrating quitting day.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Now you can see why if you're doing it on your own. That, because I mean, this week, for me, I've got a little bit less energy. I can feel it. I'm not as excited. I don't know. You haven't got massive results either because we're only a couple of weeks in. So it's not like you're like, oh, look at me, I lost 20 pounds. Like, that's not going to happen, right, in the first couple of weeks. So it's real easy to slip back into them old routines, I think. If you don't have the accountability and the excitement of the group, this week, week 3, is probably when out of 100 you would lose the most people, I think. So, like, I'm really focusing with my guys on this week being a really important week. And I let them know last week was like ice stormy cold. If you didn't resort to comfort foods then we're good. This week's going to be easy, right? Like you got through last week of wanting to wrap up in blankets and watch movies and eat shit and you didn't do it. If you manage that, then this week's going to be a breeze. It's going to be warmer this week. We're going to be fine, So if you could do it last week, you can do it every week.
Yeah, and especially with it being this group challenge, the ladies and I, we have a group on Instagram, just a group chat going, and it's such a great way to keep everybody involved. And one way we keep the excitement going, people are just posting their food, everybody's oohing and eyeing over it. And, because I know from experience, after 2 weeks of cooking, raw, fresh food, you're just kind of like that third week, you're like, okay.
That's a good point. Yeah, because there's a lot more dishes.
Yes. It's
a lot more work. You have to have a list to go to the grocery store. You have to be prepared with your snacks every day. And
if you're someone who tends to go out to eat a little bit more or you order in, then you're like, okay, I got to have more diversity in what I'm eating. And I mean, they're not letting up. Some of these dishes I'm seeing, I'm like, well, you eat better than me.
Yeah.
I stick with the kind of same thing, lunch and dinner every week. My breakfast is a little different sometimes, but they're impressing me 1,000%.
One of my guys did something that I'd never seen before because we attach a habit to it. He took away like drinking wine and relaxing on the evening for cooking, which I thought was such a good way to do it. I'm never going to do that. But I could see his dishes and the things that he's making, like you can see that it's becoming a new habit of something that they enjoy rather than just like trying a new wine and like doing it that way. It's like, oh, now I'm becoming someone who cares about what I eat, not what I drink. And it's a different shift, which, you've got two extremes, I feel like. I've got one person that it's the same thing every meal. And like they basically could copy and paste it their day. And then you've got somebody that is like really experimenting with food. I would probably say the second person experimenting and using this as a new habit is going to be one that lasts probably longer. The other person might like after 4 weeks be like, all right, now back to the stuff I was eating,
right?
So, but you never know. I think it's whatever works for each person, which is why it's so good to have the group accountability. But then the way that we coach people is we want you to develop your own routines,
right? I mean, what I think has really been great for me these last 16 days is they're inspiring me. We have the nutrition workbook and the way we, have accountability, and they're almost keeping me just as, if not more, accountable for what I'm doing. And I didn't realize how much I needed that from them, because watching them, like, they're making menus for the week. They're sharing those with me. They're sharing the recipes. They've added another tab. I've had 2 people add another tab on the workbook. There's like, these are the dishes I made and what I made in the sauce. Here's what I put in the sauce so you know what I'm having. And I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
You are in it to win it.
Yeah.
And you're doing it on your own. Yeah, I'm here to keep you accountable, and we have a check-in every Sunday, and you ask me any questions you might have. But this is all you. Like, you can do this without me. I'm just there for backup.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the more that I get into coaching, and especially in different fields, like I coach business owners, I coach athletes, I coach people for nutrition. I'm a coach, right? Mm-hmm. And I think I used to see coaching as I'm there to be motivational. Mm-hmm. But everybody that I work with doesn't lack motivation.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to be a motivator. And most good coaches are not motivators, because people don't need that. What they come with motivation. They sign up, they pay their money, they want to get results, and they know where they want to go. Your job is to guide them and to give them a plan. Mm-hmm. And when you start to realize that you're there to hold you accountable to what you said, not I give you this motivation and I push you to something I want. I don't want it for you. I just want to get you where you know you want to go. And that is the plan. That's why we're there, is to give you a plan to success, and not rah, rah, rah. So if you come looking for motivation, that's not what you're going to find, because that doesn't work. Over 100 days, I can't motivate you every single day. Right. You've got to have that intrinsic drive. But what I can do is present you with a plan to get there the best way and the easiest way. And what we found that works over the last 8 to 10 years is a successful plan. So you come in to get that plan. And that's the same for whether you just come in to work out. The way that we work on the workouts, the amount of thought, time, and effort that goes in that, we're not going to explain to you why our workouts are different, but we know that they get results. That's why they're different. Mm-hmm. Ox 100 is different in so many ways to anything you've ever tried before.
I couldn't agree more.
The first 30 days might feel very similar, but that's just to layer on things on top of a solid foundation. We're just building a foundation now. The things that we're going to throw at you over the next 60 days after this are going to change your life, but only if you build that foundation. So it's just fun to know that my job is not there to be rah, 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 come on, you got this. I haven't had to say that once. Mm-hmm. Because they've told me where they want to go. I just check in on the plan. Hey, are you following the plan? I know this will get you there. Follow the plan. Stick to the plan. We've got this. Then you'll start to see results. And the men, dude, they saw results right away. Like, first week, water weight, bloating, gone.
Yeah.
You know? Women, on the other hand, only just starting to see some results 2 weeks in.
Yeah, I actually had that conversation. So I had my check-ins yesterday. And like you were saying, I'm not having to be anybody's cheerleader, because come Sunday night, I've got everybody's workbook, everybody's video check-in. I'm not having to be on anybody's ass this entire time. They're ready. They're wanting to know, okay, let's get this next week. What do I need to change? Is there anything I'm doing wrong? And all I have to say is, proud of you. And I love being able to say that, you know? But
even that, you got to be careful with that, right? Because you don't want them to do it for you, right? You don't want them to do this so that you're proud. You want to ask the question, are you proud of yourself, right? Yeah. And then, like, that gives you because you're not going to be there forever, potentially, right? So you want them to establish these habits for them and not just to make you happy, right? Yeah. So it's such a fine balance, isn't it?
Because one of their
questions, because you are proud, but you don't want to constantly be like, you did this for, like, it's not for me, it's for you. Yeah. Like, how do you feel on that?
Yeah. And every Sunday, the one question I look forward to the most is, tell me one thing you are proud of from the past week.
That's cool.
And hearing what they have to say, usually it always comes back to the gym. Kind of reminding them, like, you can throw other things in there as well. It doesn't have to be just gym stuff. But what I love about it, though, is that everything we've already been doing this 16 days, not a single one of my women have had their goal or complained about, I haven't lost any weight, I don't feel skinny. Yeah. Every single one wants to be strong. And that, like I said, is something that motivates me.
That's cool.
And I'm like, I love this because they're not worried about the scale. No one's stepping on the scale. Everyone is excited about what their progress is like in the gym. So between OxFit Nutrition and then OxFit for the workouts. Yeah.
So they're just learning that the way that they eat, the habits that they establish, the things that they do make them better at just life.
Yes.
So like you're going to be better in the gym because of this stuff, because you eat this way. Not you got to eat this way to lose weight. You got to eat this way. Yeah, it will lead to them results eventually. But it's not a measure right now. If you eat good today, doesn't mean you're going to add 10 pounds of muscle tomorrow.
Right. But it's like you said, the men, I already saw a couple pictures. I mean, they're looking crazy.
It's just amazing what like a standard American diet does to men. Yeah. It just inflames them. It just bloats them. It just makes them, it looks like they've been stung by a bee and they don't even realize it,
Yeah.
And then you take that away and it's like you just popped a pin in them and just deflated them, in 2 weeks, in a week for some people.
Yeah.
Like, yes, a lot of it's water weight, but why are they retaining water is one of the questions. And why did you lose 7 pounds of water weight in 1 fucking week?
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot. Like, that's not like, oh, it's just water weight, but why? So, yeah, it's pretty fascinating to watch men just change that. And, I mean, I know the hormones flipped right away. Yeah. Everything turned on again. It was like, oh, you're not killing me anymore. You actually want to thrive instead of just let me try and survive what you put in your mouth every week.
Right. I've had 2 women already tell me, they're like, usually I have bad PMS symptoms by now. Nothing. They're not feeling anything. I've got one of my ladies was like, my ankles and my wrists don't look swollen and hurt all the time. And I was like, wow.
Yeah. Have you felt any of them effects?
Oh my gosh. In the last 16 days, because we went and went to Medici and got those tests done, I've lost 11 pounds.
Wow.
And I've already noticed the biggest difference.
That's cool.
And it's even just been in, not only just with the way that I look, because I've already can see I'm like less swollen.
January 1st, right?
Yeah, I started January 1st. Yeah.
24 days.
Yeah.
Almost 3 weeks.
Yeah, but not only just in the way that my clothes are fitting, but my energy and my sleep. I wake up in the mornings and I'm like, where am I?
That's cool.
I hit a coma so hard, and I can tell the difference from over the holidays when I was a little more wily with what I was eating. My sleep wasn't as great. I mean, breakouts, my skin, and I just felt like a big old pork chop.
Yeah.
In the workouts.
And everything. I think for me the same is like I've lost a little bit of weight, but not much. It like lost all the water weight, then gained some of it back. You know what I mean? Like kind of leveled off now. But my energy is completely different. And then my knees are not sore, and just like, and then all them little injuries kind of disappear. You just don't feel them as much. And you just feel like you're more capable in the gym. Like you just feel like you've got more to give on workouts. And you feel that second wind coming back, even though I'm not fitter in 2 weeks. But I just have more juice, and just more juice for life. Right? Which... yeah, that'll level off when you're not as excited. But if you establish these habits that make you feel better, then who's to say they don't just keep getting better?
Well, yeah. I mean, when you look at it and you look at a diet and your nutrition, everything that you eat and then your body absorbs, those nutrients are the building blocks of our hormones and then also our energy. So that's why you notice such a shift even in a couple weeks' time. Yep. Because now you're not having to spend time in processing all this crap. You don't have all this extra inflammation that's caused by all these processed foods causing stress on the body. Now you're actually running at a higher capacity. And then you can give more. And you have more throughout the day. Yeah,
so in February, we're going to do another 30-day challenge. Obviously, we'd love people to sign up for Ox 100. But I remember my first 30-day challenge that I did in a gym, and it changed my life. Changed the way I eat, changed the way I train, changed so much about what I thought I knew about nutrition and health and stuff like that. So we're going to run another 30-day. On the men's side, the 30-day challenge is a sugar detox, habit stack something onto that, a mindset routine, weight training, obviously, OxFit is what we recommend, and then protein and vitamin D. And so the sugar detox, we're trying to get your insulin to reset. We're stacking something on to try and get rid of that dopamine. You know, you just needing dopamine all the time, which is same from sugar, same from just that short-term fix. And then the mindset routine is something that I think is key to it all, because a lot of people want to get rid of technology and they want to start their day better. And it's so simple. Like, some people are going walking with their dog without a podcast and just wanting to just be outside. Some people can meditate. I can't. Some people are just writing down 3 things they're grateful for. And just to start the day with that instead of the news or some bad news or whatever's going on in the world, you've started your day off with something positive, just changes everything, I think. And then weight training. Men should be lifting weights 3 to 5 times a week. I've seen the effects of that. Then I'd love you to do OxFit, because then we hit your heart and your lungs, and we have an amazing group of people you can train with. So it's not just the benefits of the weights, it's the environment, and then, you know, the workouts, heart and lung health. Just, we have everything wrapped up in one there. The weights, the community, and then, you know, just your health in general, just being a beast. And then protein, let's add that on after you work out. I always tell people, just because then it's there, you drink it, it's done. And then it's winter, it's cold out, vitamin D, just a simple supplement just to get that if it's not available from sunlight. So it's a super simple start, but it's the key to building for the next 100 days. But also, if you left me at 30 days, I'd feel like I've sent you into the world with some tools to go and crush it. Yeah, I want to keep you because I know where we can go. But if you just did 30 days with me and I can show you what you're capable of in 30 days, I'd feel comfortable you going and absolutely crushing it for the rest of the year, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, for the women, we keep ours a little more simple for the first 30 days, because when we do hit that second phase, we go hard in the paint. But the first 30 days, we have a total body reset. We have our attitude of gratitude, where we bring in some kind of habit, just like you guys. We're journaling, we're meditating, we're writing, you know, a gratitudes list, and then we're working on our sleep. And then, depending on how we're doing in the first 30 days, we also try to just eat. As a society, I mean, we've always told women they need to be small. And as they're coming in and they're weight training, they're thinking, oh, I've got to weight train, I've got to run, I've got to do yoga, all this cardio. And I'm like, whoa, let's put a pause. And let's actually, for these 30 days, be strong, and let's eat and develop these better habits that, like you said, at the end of these 30 days, I already know that if you're like, okay, that's it for me, that you have the best plan to get started and continue.
You've got some tools, right?
Right.
You've got a line of defense against the world, right? You've got a way to go and eat.
Yeah.
Rather than just be like, well, I mean, so the way I look at it and the way I explain it to the guys in the first part is, it's you and your little group of people who, I don't know what that looked like, your parents, PE teachers, just some coaches maybe that you've had, against billion-dollar industries. Right? So it's you against big food. It's you against big pharma. It's you against big tech every single day. And it sounds like really dramatic, but I say, like, it's a war against you against them, and they're battling for your soul.
Dang, that's deep.
It sounds like really dramatic, but they're winning. And what are they winning? We're sicker. We're on more drugs. And we're more depressed than ever before. So it sounds, when I first say it, you're like, well, that's a bit dramatic. And then you go, well, look, listen to them things that I just said. We're sicker, we're on more drugs, and we're more depressed than ever before. So you going against these billion-dollar companies, it's not your fault. But once you do my program and you start to take personal responsibility for your health, wellness, and your happiness, if you go back, it is now your fault, because you've got the tools that we're going to present you with to know how to live your best life and to defend yourself against constantly the rush of dopamine in your life, just the simple pleasure instead of the hard way that makes you better. And so it sounds really dramatic, but it's you against them. It's you against billion-dollar companies. And if you don't start establishing habits, then you're on a path that leads to sickness, unhappiness, and being on a bunch of drugs to keep you alive.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I've enjoyed being with my ladies is hearing them say, oh, well, I still was able to go have dinner with my friends and I made these choices. It's that radical responsibility that you have to get used to. And that's something you build through Ox 100. And, you know, you don't think it's that big of a deal, you know, when, you know, when we go out, we eat something, oh, you know, that's fine. But when you're someone who in the past didn't really even think about the impact that your decisions were going to have on you, now you have that mindset.
Yeah.
And we've already, it's only been 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So to see that change happening already,
yeah,
I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah, it's awesome. Because if in 30 days, which like I said, we got the 30-day challenge coming up, if I can get you to eat paleo, Whole30 or carnivore,
Mm-hmm.
find a routine and a rhythm with that, then have a mindset routine in the morning that makes you a little bit more optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
Then you lift in weights, so I know that you're getting stronger. And then you're taking a little bit of protein to grow them muscles and maybe some vitamin D to keep you healthy. If I don't talk to you again for 6 months, but you maintain them habits, I've done my job.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel better about myself. I feel like I've made an impact on you and your health and your wellness. And then I know what we can do in the next 70 days. It is actually 70 days. That could get you, that'll probably get you to like 50, 60%. Mm-hmm. But I know I can get you to 100% if you give me another couple of months.
Right.
Especially if you establish them and especially if you stick with something like that. Now, if somebody doesn't do that, if somebody doesn't follow it, I can't take you to them. I got to go back and we got to reset and we got to do another 30 days because it's too hard. The next steps, it would be like trying to build a skyscraper on top of some sticks, right? Like we want a solid foundation. Mm-hmm. And the first 30 days, I believe, builds that awesome foundation for the rest of your life. I still remember my first challenge that I did that was just a 30-day paleo challenge. And it changed everything for me. Literally changed everything. I used to take a big bottle of Gatorade to the gym. And I was like, I need hydration and electrolytes and this sugar, like it's carbohydrates. And I was like, didn't need any of that stuff. Mm-hmm. Changed that for coconut water. Changed the game, right? Then I thought I needed all this pasta. Like athletes eat pasta. So I thought I was eating pasta, potatoes. This is how I'm going to perform at my best. And then I wondered why I was just like bloated and not at 100%, you know?
Right.
I just think back to like what my athletic career could have been like if I would have known some of the things that we're teaching people now.
Right. And especially that's why when I have a woman who's interested in Ox 100, I try and I'm like, you have to do the 100 days. And yes, you'll build great habits in the first 30 days. And we're not like men, so our results aren't as quick as theirs are going to come. And that's why the next phase 2, when we do get to the nitty gritty of working with our hormones and our metabolism and how all of that plays into us actually losing weight, being healthier, building muscle. If I know that if I can get you past that point, I mean, the results are going to be unreal.
Yeah. But you can't do that without the first 30, right?
Right, exactly. And so it's very much, you know, it's easier for people to commit to 30 days out the gate than 100 days. Sometimes if they're like, oh my God, 100 days is so long, but 100 days are going to come and go anyway.
Yeah.
So why not spend those 100 days building a better you and living to your full potential? It's all it takes is take that first step into those 30 days, and then we can keep going from there. So now that we're, 2 weeks away from this next phase, I'm excited. But what about for you guys? So most of your men right now?
So my next phase, like you said, it's almost like a test to see if you're capable of the next phase, the first one, right? If you don't fill in the journal, if you don't eat clean for 30 days, if you can't build a routine of like just writing down something you're grateful for before you start your day, then we can't get into you counting your macros, you knowing how much you're eating, you being flexible with your nutrition, because you can't even stick to a 30-day plan. So like, it's up to me really if you go into the next phase, right? Like, do I want to take you on to the next phase? Because how do we layer on intermittent fasting, and then we really reduce your carbs in the next phase, and we up the fat? So like, if you can't even just do paleo, which to me is probably the easiest thing in the world to follow, you can eat as much fruit and vegetables as you want, and you just eat really good food, really good meat, like it's not even difficult. So if you can't do that, there's no way you can restrict your carb intake to 50 grams and intermittent fast and add on some more habits. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way. But if you can, I know you got what it takes, because it's really simple, the nutrition, the first 30 days. But that doesn't mean it's easy. So if you can get through 30 days of doing it, I know you're capable of what's next. I know you can do what's next. And so it gets really hard, but the results and what comes from that is just so much more valuable, because it almost changes your identity. You're not just somebody that eats paleo and works out. You're somebody that understands how to eat to gain muscle and burn fat. You're somebody that understands how to wake up in the morning, how to go to sleep at night to gain muscle and burn fat. You're somebody that understands the habits that you need every day, mindset wise, to want to go to the gym, to want to do hard things, to want to be a better person, to gain muscle and burn fat, right? So like, you ever heard the term like you get the government that you deserve? Like, you get the body that you deserve, right? Like, you get that through how you eat, how you live, and then what kind of person you are, right? You don't accidentally not have to wear shirts anymore as a 40-year-old dude, right? It's not an accident. Not in America, right?
Yeah, so. I know. When you go into phase 2 with the intermittent fasting and with the carbs, do you ever get any pushback from people?
I mean, there's always going to be people that want to push back, and I would let them choose to do something different. So I'm not going to fight you on anything. If you don't want to eat meat, I've seen the effects that meat can have for you, but I'll help you find another way to get your protein and your nutrients. If you don't want intermittent fast, I understand, but I know there's some benefits to it, and I know why we're intermittent fasting, and it's not because intermittent fasting, it's because I have to restrict your intake here. And the easiest way to do that in phase 2 is to intermittent fast. So I know, just like all our workouts, it's like if someone came in and they're like, why are we doing this workout? I know why we're doing this workout 8 weeks from now. You don't need to know. You just need to know how to do the workout today.
Just show up.
So it's building trust. I hope the first 30 days we've built trust where you know that I'm on your team, and then we can have some difficult conversations. It's really difficult to have a difficult conversation at the gate the first week with somebody that just signed up to a program. If that's the fact and there's no trust at the gate from you or from me, then we can't really work together, right? So like, there's got to be a level of trust there.
Right.
Just like when I work with athletes, certain athletes, I can say anything I want to them in any way, because they know that I want them to get better. A new athlete, I can't just go up to them and be like, put some more weight on, idiot. You know what I mean? Like, because they don't know that I'm saying that from a place of love. Just like with nutrition, like the first week, I'm like, tell me what happened. The second week, I'm like, hey, this is not good enough. The third week is like, hey, do you want to do this or not? You know what I mean? I'm like, I want you to get these results. You know I care because I've checked in every week. You know I care because I've messaged you like some updates. You know I care because every time I see you, I ask you how it's going. You got a history of knowing I care. So now I can start having difficult conversations. But if you want a difficult conversation all along the way, we're just probably not the right coaches for each other, you know?
Yeah.
And that's fine. If you want to come in and you want to know the why behind every time I tell you to squat in a group class, we're probably not the right gym for you. I know why. You got to trust I know why. And over 9 weeks, when you see your improvement on your scorecard, you'll see why.
Yeah.
You won't even have to ask any more questions. But if you have to question me every day, you need a personal trainer. Right?
Right.
There's something for everybody. No positive or negative, no judgment on anybody, but this is a group fitness challenge. If I have to tell you why I told you something every single day, you need a one-on-one nutrition coach.
Yeah.
I'm not that. This is a group nutrition challenge. If you need to check in with me every single day about every meal, I'm not your guy. I'm going to look at the end of the week, see what you did, see how much autonomy you took over it, see how much intrinsic motivation you have.
Yeah.
Now I know I can work with you. If I have to call you every day to come to the gym, we're not right for each other.
Right.
But there's someone out there. There's a nutrition coach that will probably charge you 10 grand a month and they'll call you every day to see what you're eating. They maybe even send you your food.
Yeah.
They maybe even come to your house and work out with you. If that's what you need, great. And there's places for it.
Yeah.
We believe in you. We believe in your potential. We believe in your motivation. We're here to support that. We're here to hold you accountable to that. But we're not here to baby you, right?
Yeah.
You're an adult.
Yeah. And that's one reason why I say I'm so excited for the second phase, is because I look forward to the little bit of pushback that I get. And that's only because we have been told, no, we shouldn't have all this protein and we shouldn't be eating high fat and you shouldn't be taking these supplements. There's so much negative around the good that we're actually trying to do. But then it's like, well, I've seen what happens, the results that women get from eating a high fat, high protein diet as we do cycle through carbs. We start a little lower, not as low as you guys, and then we increase it every week. But they want to be like, well, I'm just eating so much meat right now. Well, I give them two options. You can go more into the animal-based side, or you can just, we'll hit our macros, still be high fat, high protein. But like you said, I'm not going to force you to eat more meat, even though from personal experience and then working with all these other athletes, I know the benefits of eating a high fat, high protein diet.
Yeah.
But then it's like, well, you don't know now, like you said, but 4 weeks from now, once we start this phase 2 and you see the results that come from that.
Well, my thing is like, if you've tried it for a couple of weeks and you can't do it, then we'll find another way, right?
Right.
But to get pushback right away on something that you've never tried is always wild to me, right? Like a coach isn't there to tell you what you want to hear. They're there to ask questions and get out of you where you want to go and then help you along that journey. So, yeah, it's fun. I like, the challenge of being a coach. I take that responsibility very seriously. Like, I am your coach at all times. So sometimes it might be, it might not be very clear to see how I'm coaching you, right? But I care about you as a person. Like, if you're late for my class every day and it's just a workout class, people say, well, that's a customer, they're paying you, so you should, but you're late every day. So as your coach, I want you to be better. I want you to get the best out of the workout. If you're 5 minutes late every day and you miss the warm-up every day, I know that you have the potential to get injured. So I'm holding you accountable to you being better, because I know the end result of that is you being better in life, being earlier to everything, meetings at work, whatever that is. But I also know that you care about this stuff. So I deserve to be the coach. If I become somebody that's your buddy and I'm like, oh yeah, traffic's bad, but it's bad every day. Oh yeah, family. Oh yeah. If I'm always that guy, I'm not your coach anymore. I'm just your bud, right? And then I don't care how you squat because it bleeds in. Then I don't care how you eat. Then I don't care what supplements you're taking. I just don't care anymore. Am I still your coach?
Right.
Because it doesn't feel like it to me. And so when I say I take responsibility, I take it very serious in terms of your attitude, you asking questions, you being on time, you taking autonomy over the scales that you do. I believe that you are strong, capable, and you have potential to be whoever you want to be. But if I see negative habits that you're doing and I see a bad attitude and I'm not supporting that. I'm the coach. So I want to get that out of you. And if that means you leaving me, if that means you not being around me because of the standards I hold, then that's cool with me.
There's something that you told me about being a coach that has really stuck with me. And you were talking about how, you grew up and you had a certain coach. And a lot of times you hated him. You could not stand him. But that's because he always held you to your highest potential.
Yeah.
And then you look back and you're like, well, damn.
Why is this coach always on my ass?
Yes.
Why is this coach... Every time that dude makes a mistake, nothing.
Yeah.
Every time I make a mistake, I'm running suicides. I'm, chewed out in front of the whole team. And then you go, oh, it's because that coach believes in me.
Yep.
He's already given up on that kid, but that coach believes in me. So when the coach doesn't pay me any attention anymore and lets me squat like shit, lets me show up whenever I want, and that's just that person. They show up whenever they want. I'm not coaching them. They can do their own little workout, whatever that is. I'm not punishing them anymore. When the coach gives up, they give up. Mm-hmm. But when a coach is always, every time they see you do something, anytime you show up and why am I showing up to work dressed like this? Why am I showing up to work looking like this? Why was I not here? And the coach just goes, huh. And they don't care. They've stopped coaching you.
Right. Yeah. And it's like you said, you coach a certain way, and I can vouch for that, because there have been times that you've looked at me and you were like, what the fuck are you doing today? And you're on my ass all the time while I'm training. But I know, because of the things that I've done, run a marathon, done 2 triathlons, competed in competitions, won a competition, I am only that way because you have held me accountable.
To your goals.
Yes, to my own goals, to what I tell you. We set goals.
If you told me nothing, if you told me I just want to be happy and I just want to work here and I just want to be me every day and show up and eat protein and that's it, I would just be like, cool, every day I see you and you're doing that, I'll give you a high five.
Right.
But that's not what you tell me. You tell me you want to be the athletic director of OxFit. You tell me that you want to go and do these amazing feats of fitness. So if you don't show up as that person, all I do is let you know.
Yeah. And eventually, if I stop showing up as that person, you're just going to think I'm full of shit, and you're just not going to believe anything else I say.
That's it.
Ever again.
Yeah. Everybody knows the people that show up every day and do the same things. The coach comes over and they say, can you fix this? Hey, let's get deeper. And they don't do it. Eventually, the coach just stops coming back. And everybody else is like, oh, everybody knows the person in the gym that cheats on every workout and doesn't squat to full depth and doesn't lock out the presses and doesn't finish all the calories on the machine and we all know who that person is, but we stop caring.
Yeah.
We care for like a week. Oh, they've done it week 2. Oh, they're doing it week. All right. That's just who that person is. Cool. Yeah. We know who that person is now. That's the cheater. That's the, that's the person that doesn't squat all the way down. Don't look at their score on this workout. That's the person that, should put on more weight, but never does. Even though you ask them every time, what's your goal? They say, I want to get stronger. They still don't put on any weight. Okay, they're going to do level 1 again.
Right.
I become a moron if I keep saying, put on more weight, put on more weight. So eventually I just stop.
Yeah.
Right? And that's just the way it is. And that's a coach.
I can say that one thing you have taught me to becoming a better coach is, I can't care what the other people think and let my emotions be involved. So whether it's been, with my Ox 100 ladies or in class, before we started this, I got the goals from my ladies in the challenge. I recently took all the goals from everyone at EAV. And I have them on, putting them on index cards, and I'm posting them up in the gym. So every single day that I'm there, I can only hold them accountable so long.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I see them doing a workout. I ask them what they're doing. But after a while, I just stop asking. Yeah. And then they come up to me wondering why.
Right.
I've stopped asking them what they should do. And it's like, well, I just spent the last month telling you what to do.
Yeah.
Now it's up to you to take it from here.
Yeah. And be careful, because where I messed up is I really take it seriously and I really care about being the best coach. You can't want things for people more than they want it, right? So you've got to see evidence that they want it too. Even if they do tell you, you get to see the evidence over the first week, the second week, the third week. So then if they really don't want it, you just become an idiot for keeping pushing because evidence is what you need to see, right? Now, if you check in and they say, yeah, I just fucked up last week. Yeah, I just didn't have it last week. Then you reset and you keep going. But I've been pushing for the first few years. Really, it's a mistake that I'll keep making is I want these goals for people always more than they might want them. Because I believe you when you tell me. You tell me you want this goal, I believe you. And I might be the first person that believed you. But I don't want to be the person that doesn't believe people when they tell me their goals. So I'll keep making that mistake. But what I won't keep doing and what I'm going to try not to keep doing is keep pushing people past the point where they've already quit. You know, like at that point, it just becomes me being too much for that situation. But I will never stop believing people. You know, I meet with people every day and they tell me they want to take over the world. I'm like, fuck it, let's go, I'm in. And if I see evidence that they want to take over the world, I'm coming. I'm along for the ride. But when I stop seeing evidence is when I need to be like, this is on me now. It's not their fault anymore. And if they want to go away and blame me, I'm cool with it because I'm a coach. Coach gets blamed. Just think of them best coaches. Like, they don't need you to go back and apologize because they knew what they were doing. They were just trying to push you to be better.
Yeah. And that's like we talked about at the beginning of 2024. We've always said we're climbing Everest. I said that to somebody and they're like, oh my God, you're actually going to climb Everest. I was like, not literally, but figuratively.
Metaphorically, we're climbing Everest.
Yes. But we were having, you know, we're going there and we just don't have time for dead weight anymore. You're either with us or we're leaving you at the bottom of the mountain. Yeah.
Because we want positive, optimistic, driven, people who want to invest in themselves, people who want to invest in their health and fitness, people who believe in, you know, they see the work that we put in, you know, like I've had people from like other places before be like, how do you guys do so much stuff? And I'm like, how do you not do so much stuff? Like our calendar this month is like kickball, rowing, pull-up seminar. Then we got lift off. Then we got like, none of that stuff is included in signing up to OxFit. That's just stuff we want to do because we know what how much it matters and how much more we can do for people by giving them these experiences, right? That's not like our only duty to you is to show up, turn the lights on, put the music on and coach you for a workout. We go 50,000 times above that just because we care.
Yeah, but then that's the thing is when someone asks me about the gym, they're not members. These are my athletes. And I'm holding them to their full potential and then also giving them the opportunity to push themselves to try something new. You're not just joining a regular gym.
Sometimes you like, oh, why is OxFit doing all this stuff? Why are they doing these scorecards? Why do I have to fill this out? Because we really care. Because Savannah's got a stack of them and she's looked through every single scorecard to see how many times you showed up, what your scores are, what the weaknesses of the gym are, what we need to focus on in the next cycle, what that's going to look like, what feedback are we getting on the type of workouts. Why do workouts end at the same time for everybody? Why does this? Because we really care about what we're doing and we really care about you guys. And like the only thing that matters is that you care too. And if you care, we're good to go.
Right.
And we really care.
Yeah, we really care.
And sometimes us caring might look like, God damn it, why is he making me put on that weight? Why? I don't want to do that scale today. You told me you want to get stronger, right? Yeah. And I'll never say put more weight on the bar unless I really know that person well. But I will go, that's the weight you're using for the workout?
Right.
And I haven't even said anything. It's just I asked you a question. You go, oh, you're right. I should go up, huh?
They know it. They know it.
Maybe. And I don't even say yes. Maybe.
Right.
Maybe.
That's like I told my ladies.
I think you can do more.
Right.
Yeah.
I told my ladies, I was like, you might be at home cussing me out. You might be cooking, saying, I hate her. I can't stand her. But the thing is, though, once you have these results, you'll like me then.
Yeah.
And until then, I'm fine with that if you want to hate me. But I'm going to hold you accountable the entire time.
So, yeah, man, we got a lot going on, even to start the year.
Right.
January was like us getting everything set up. And then February, you're just going to see things coming thick and fast. So get involved in the rowing. That's going to be fun. It hasn't been around for 4 years. We used to do it every year, the erg sprints. So it's back.
I'm excited.
So let's go and have fun with it. You get to go and race against college kids and potentially beat some college kids. Like, that would be sick. Then we've got kickball, which is always fun. I have a great video that I can't wait to post of last year. And then the next 30-day challenge. If you missed it in January, 30-day, 100 days, whatever you want to sign up for.
Yep.
Starts in February 5th.
Yes.
February 5th. And usually we used to be like, you have to wait till next year. We're ready to go again because we know what we can do for you. So sign up for that. Liftoff is coming fast.
Yes.
Iron Barn. They're going to the Iron Barn in what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
So, man, get involved in something. It's already the start of the year. What are you waiting for? You know?
Right.
Your goals are not just going to happen.
January is already almost, it's basically over.
What is it, 24th?
Today is the 23rd.
Yeah. I mean, January's gone.
It's
and
over.
February's a short month.
And it'll
be March.
How did it go by so fast?
What's coming up in March?
My birthday?
No.
But it is.
But
the liftoff.
March what?
Well, March 6th is my birthday.
Yeah.
March 9th is the liftoff.
Yeah.
And then
March what?
March Madness. Oh my God. You see, I'm trying not to think
we're
too much.
basketball back this year. 3-on-3.
Oh yeah, that's right. I told you. I was like, once this month was over, I was and it got a little warmer outside. I'm going outside to work on I'm in buckets all day, baby.
Yeah. So we got so much shit coming up. I'm excited. I'm excited about, especially the Ox 100 clients watching their progress. But everybody, what a great start to the year.
Right.
I can't wait to see this retest week. And that's going to come fast. We're already on week 2 right now. Training week 2.
Yep.
Shit, I'll be here before we know it. So.
I mean, I'm telling you, this next 30 days or 100 days, don't let it pass you by again. Because it's going to come and go.
Yeah. Come and fix your nutrition. Come and get some tools.
Right.
Come and get some strategies to put up a defense against just being sick.
Make 2024 the year of you.
Yeah.
Your best year.
Yeah. Because it's going to be a wild year if you're distracted. But if you stay focused and you cut out all that noise, this year is going to be your best year ever. Because everybody else is going to be distracted by all the crap that's going on.
Right. And all we need is 100 days. This month.
All right. Episode 23. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you probably sometime in phase 2 for another update.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Beef.
Yep.